All I do is party. All I do is party. All I do is party. Raise your hands up.
To the Audrey Johnson Show, live at City Hall, where
Joey Briglio, I'm the Executive Director of Ventura Ventures Technology Center. For those that don't know what Ventura Ventures Technology Center is, first off, you're standing in it. So if you don't know where you are, that's where you are. Second of all, it's a business incubator dedicated to high-tech companies and entrepreneurs, and we want to connect them, create an innovative, collaborative space where they can create their business and grow their business. For lease space and workstation space that's both flexible, scalable, and affordable, like I said. And we also connect each company that's here with our partners, which is like the Chamber of Commerce, our investment partners like DFJ Frontier and Pete Ventures, and we give them as much resources as they need to be successful.
My name is Matthew Graczyk. As Joey said, I run one of the companies here in the incubator. The company is called Coupeez, which is an online deals platform. It's basically a way for people to get coupons, discounts, promotions, that kind of thing on demand on your cell phone and on your computer. And what I'm here to talk to you tonight about is entrepreneurship. I basically started my first company here in Ventura when I was 14 years old, and since then I've started 16 other companies, all of them outside of Ventura, and then the 16th or my 17th company is Coupeez, and that's back here in Ventura. And over that time, I've been fortunate to be able to have 6 public company exits, which means I've either sold a business to a public company or taken a company public or something like that. So I've learned something about being an entrepreneur, and I've talked in the past about entrepreneurship, and so I do have some notes because the feedback that I've gotten from giving these kinds of talks is that people really don't just want to gloss over and talk about entrepreneurship, but they really want to do is know, like, give me some real lessons, something you learn. Give me something tangible that I can go and work with. So I've got my best advice right here, and in fact, I brought a prop. My banana. So everything.
That was a different class, and it was when I was 13.
That's. You are the 4th person who have told me that, like in the last hour. So you're not gonna. Let me just unwrap this. No, I'm not going to do that. But I am going to talk about this banana. Now, everything you need to know about being a successful entrepreneur can be illustrated with this banana. Okay, maybe not everything, but certainly 2 of the key lessons that I've learned as an entrepreneur can be illustrated by a banana. How do you open a banana? How would you open a banana? Does everybody know how to open a banana?
Yes.
Put this down for a second. So what you do, right? I meant to do that. So you take, right? You go in here, you stick your thumbnail in there, you bend it around. Maybe you take a knife and open it up. That's the way most people open a banana, right?
No.
Right. Some of you have learned the lesson. Okay. Have you ever opened the banana from the other end?
Oh. Yes, Dad does all the time.
Okay, so, well, apparently you're all a lot smarter than I was, because when I discovered this, it's so easy to do. You just pinch it at the top, it comes off easy, you get to get the little yucky thing off of there really easy. Now, so the 2 lessons for me that I learned from that, and I just learned that about 6 months ago, and for me it was like a metaphor for, oh, that really works for entrepreneurship. And the 2 lessons that I learned were, number 1, how long have we been opening bananas as human beings? Hundreds, thousands of years? Most people do it. I'm from the East Coast, so maybe that's my problem. But most people grab it from this end. So no matter how long you've been doing something over and over, there's always opportunity for innovation. If we look at the great companies today, they're often not, tremendous leaps of innovation, but they're better ways of doing something that we're already doing. If you look.
Our mayor, Mr. Bill Fulton.
Thank you very much. For those of us who worked on trying to figure out how to stimulate new business activity here in Ventura for all those years, sitting downstairs in the other room trying to figure out what to do, it is remarkable to be here in this space with you people, and it's really fabulous. Matthew gave you a really good summary of what it's like to be an entrepreneur and a serial entrepreneur, and I want to talk a little bit about what it's like to be on the other side, to be in the public sector, and to be what has come to be known as a civic entrepreneur, a person such as myself who is committed to to creating and maintaining enduring and sustainable prosperity in a particular place. That's what I'm in the business of doing. I have a book signing of this book here as a fundraiser for the Chamber and the incubator, so that's what we're going to do. But let me talk a little bit about the ideas in this book and how that has played out here. Factories are easily movable, right? I grew up in a factory town in upstate New York. All of the factories there are now in Asia, right? That's why I call the book Romancing the Smokestack, because so often in economic development, what we in the public sector do, mayors and governors, is we try to romance these individual but very movable businesses to try to stay in our town. And what I learned by writing the columns that are in this book over a 15-year period, and what I'm really excited about being able to apply here, as you can tell from what Matthew said, it's not about whether or not one person or one business is here. It's whether or not we, in a place like Ventura, can create an ecosystem of everything that is required. Everything that is required for entrepreneurs and for businesses. So if we're going to have an innovative economy here, well, let me back up and say every city always reinvents itself economically over and over and over and over again. And if you're really smart about it, you learn how to take the wealth from the last. You're a serial entrepreneur in the same way. You take the wealth from the last sellout and you reinvest it. What is it required to support entrepreneurs like you and like Matthew? It's not just somebody with an idea. It's not even just a space. It is venture capitalists who you can gain access to here. It's patent lawyers. It's having patent lawyers around. There's a whole enormous ecosystem that is necessary. It's having a workforce so that as you grow in your business, those people are already here. That's one of the all of those things are the advantages Silicon Valley has over the rest of the world, to be honest with you. So we're trying to build that. We're trying to build that here, trying to use the ecosystem approach. I just want to say thank you very much for coming tonight. It's a terrific evening for Ventura, a terrific evening for the Chamber, a terrific evening for the incubator, and it's just really a terrific time to be an entrepreneur or an ambitious business person here in Ventura. Thanks a lot.
Here we go. I'm going to sell the membership. You ready? Okay, here you go. I don't really have to sell it, actually. I'll just explain to you a little bit of what it is to me, and then what it possibly could be to you, and then you make the decision. If you want to, that's fine. If you don't like my suit, that's fine too. Facebook popped up. This gentleman, his name is David Bird. And if you do any kind of personal development, which most of the smart people in the room do, because I think the largeness of your wealth or your bank account, you can really judge by a person's library. I think that if you work twice as hard on yourself as you do your business, you have a huge sustainable growth that's behind you. You're constantly planting seeds that eventually will come about. So here's what he said. All of us here have a present and a future, and we all have a past, but there's nothing we can do about that. But you can't go to where you've never been by doing things you've always done. Does that kind of resonate with you a little bit? You can't go where you have never been by doing what you've always done. So if you're one of these guys or one of these people that kind of go through life just going at your job, doing your thing, taking the kids home, feeding them, watching a little TV, and going to bed, maybe that's fine. I mean, and some people just like to do that. But how many people here really want to change their future? How many? If you don't have your hand up, I don't know what to tell you. There's a process in that, and there's a performance in that that makes you change that future. So the quality of your process will determine the quality of your performance. So if you do the same thing you're always done, right, and you're going along, there's nothing going on. But if you change a little bit, like, I don't know, join a group like YPG, right? and you change that process a little bit, you start to learn things and see people and learn different things that you can use all through, and then you start to change your performance. You get a little better at your game.